It kind of feels like you took a little fairy and you dunked her in some mud and then sprinkled a little bit of moss on top.
Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be shopping my own closet for different outfits within several aesthetics that I've been really drawn to lately. Because I've been feeling a little shoppy, which is fine, it happens, but it's time to stop.
Time to stop!
I don't need to thrift anything more. The first aesthetic I want to shop my closet for falls under the broader umbrella of cottagecore, but trying to be a little bit more specific, I would say something like hobbitcore probably fits it better. The kind of outfits you would see at Ren Fair with like the corset top and the very long skirt, because I have plenty of cottagecore appropriate skirts and dresses, but adding the layers on top is where I have difficulty, partly because, like I've said before, I have been procrastinating just making myself the darn corset tops. So I'm gonna start with this dress kind of as a chemise, kind of, sort of, not really, and see what I can layer over top of it to create the look that I want.
Wow.
This is kind of perfect. What the heck? I kind of didn't expect that to work as well as it does. Originally, I was just gonna do the crop top and the corset belt, and then throwing on the skirt was kind of a last minute idea, but it goes really well with the olive green crop top. I almost said corset top. Crop top, and really just pulls it all together. I am so surprised. I would do shoes, but hobbits are barefoot, so hang on, we need one more thing though. So obviously I need a basket. If I was gonna go oot in a boot, I think I would just wear some little brown sandals. Something like this. Or a brown boot. Yeah, either these or these. Actually, oh, I kind of like that. All right, I am pleasantly surprised. There was one more hobbity outfit that I wanted to try, so let me do a few pictures of this and then see if the other combination that's in my mind will work as well. Cool, I really like this. Okay, actually, I just feel like I'm ready for Oktoberfest, which is great. I don't like beer, but I like pretzels. I want to see if I can kind of apply the same concept with this dress, using this as the base layer. I don't think I have as many pieces that will work as well with this, but we'll see. Not gonna use the green crop top again though, just because the greens are too dissonant for me. Yeah. This actually isn't bad either. I don't like it as much as the first one, but this isn't bad. But it is a lot of layers. I will not be wearing this out on hot summer days. Look at that. Look at all those layers. So a scoop neck tank top works pretty well also, tucked in underneath. In this case, it's just tucked under the skirt that is on top. I feel like this looks more like an under layer, like a chemise layer, petticoat layer, whatever. But I wanted differentiation from the sleeves and the skirt. This is fine. Actually, this is adorable. I don't know why I was poo-pooing on it so much while filming, but editing me loves it. The next aesthetic that I want to try to find already in my wardrobe is the fairy grunge aesthetic. This has a heavy emphasis on green and brown, some white and black and gray and other neutrals. Definitely a lot of long skirts, very earthy tones, somewhat distressed items. It kind of feels like you took a little fairy and you dunked her in some mud and then sprinkled a little bit of moss on top. So it's a very earthy but kind of grungy, dingy feeling look. So to start out with, I have these two things already in my wardrobe, the long white skirt and an avocado green tank top. I thought these would work really well for my base, and then I want to see what I can layer over top of this to just flesh out the look. I don't like that saying. I don't like the word flesh. Let me find something else to complete the look. That's better. Confession, I did go to my local thrift store a few days ago, specifically looking for things within this aesthetic. I was surprised though, there was tons of stuff that would have worked for the fairy grunge aesthetic, just at my little dinky local thrift store, and I had to really hold myself back from buying a lot of it. So the problem I'm running into right now is that most of my crochet knitwear stuff is like an off-white or a light tan, and I just don't love it with the skirt, but this is the longest skirt that I have that works for this look. I'm in the process of making a long brown skirt from a dress that I thrifted, but it's not done yet, so I'm not going to use it. Okay, that's an interesting piece. I like the color. Okay, I like where we're going with this. That belt is obviously way too big. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, I like where we're going here. This is cool. Layers are happening. I like it. I don't like that. What are we doing? What? No. Oh, okay, that's going away. Back with the belt maybe? Nope, no belt. Okay. I really wanted the tank top and skirt to work as my base outfit, but it's not working with anything else that I have. So this is very entry-level fairy grunge. I mean, it has many of the elements that make up that aesthetic, but like I said, it feels very entry-level, just not quite what I was hoping for. So let me try completely starting over from scratch and see what I can get. Again, I don't know why I was so down on this. It's perfectly fine. I think if I swapped the cardigan for the arm warmers and then added a bunch of necklaces, it would be spot on. So I think this is a little better. For my base, I swapped out the white skirt for this green watercolor one, and then the avocado tank top for the olive green crop top. Yeah, bringing back the same exact combo again. These two pieces have seriously been my MVPs this summer. I considered doing the corset belt with this as well, because I think that would work. I mean, that 100% goes with the look, especially that lace up in the back, but without the white dress underneath to kind of grip these two pieces and keep them in place, it just ends up like sliding apart when I move. So then you end up seeing my midriff anyway, and that looks a little goofy, so I'd rather just commit to the midriff, you know? And then I went with the fishnet tights that have the snake pattern on them, which is kind of perfect for a woodsy, outdoorsy look, honestly. Get you some wildlife, snake in the flowers, I don't know. A different shade of olive green, I guess it's just a darker khaki green cardigan. And I think adding a little bit of jewelry and a choker kind of brings it all together. This definitely hits the grunge elements more, with the tights like very grungy. I don't know, I think I like it. I don't know that I would necessarily wear this, or it's not that I wouldn't wear it. I would wear it. I just don't know where I would wear it. I don't think I'd have any place that would be appropriate to wear this to. Whereas the other one, even though it was super basic, it did feel more like something that I would throw on to go to the grocery store. It just felt more casual, more doable for my daily life. This feels like it would be for some kind of, I don't know, going out? I don't go out, but I do like this. I think this creates the effect a little bit more. Yeah, this is okay. For the time being, I do not need to shop anymore for that particular aesthetic, but I do have room to expand in that realm if I want to later on, because this was really hard to come up with stuff that worked together. Maybe once I finish the brown skirt that I'm working on, then I'll have more options. Alright, for this last one, I had to change my eye makeup because what we are doing is Effy Stonem core. So I had to do her signature heavy eye makeup. I feel like this falls vaguely under the broad umbrella of soft grunge along with like 2014 Tumblr vibes, which honestly the vibes were the same in 2012, and that's the year that I jumped ship from Tumblr because it was not very good for my mental health. And I kind of also see a bit of what I've seen people call indie sleaze a little bit, all kind of in the same melting pot of aesthetics in my opinion. So I kept the fishnet tights, and then she frequently wore little dresses that were barely dresses. This is just barely coming below my crotch, but it is very similar to things that Effy wore. So I'm gonna add some more accessories and see what this turns out like. So really all I added were a bajillion necklaces, my docks, and this oversized flannel, but I think overall this definitely creates the effect I was looking for. I mean, it is kind of essentially a direct copy of one of her outfits. I don't think I personally would wear this out just because the dress is way too short for me. Perhaps if I had some little bike shorts underneath, it would be better. But yeah, this is all right. It kind of feels like a Halloween costume though. Like this exact look, head to toe, it feels like an easy Halloween costume. Even though this is not exactly something I personally would wear, it does definitely create the look I was going for, and I think it achieves the goal. So I want to try to do one more Effy inspired look, but this definitely hits the mark. I wanted to do a more casual look. I thought about doing another outfit with another short dress that I have, this one. With this light floral one, it definitely creates that soft grunge Tumblr look. I feel like Effy probably wore shorts that were more low-rise and more distressed. I have neither, so these will have to do. But I know at some point she just wears like a muscle tank, and then she does the old beat-up boots with the socks, and just very basic, casual grunge outfit elements. Can you tell I'm running out of steam here? My brain is just like,
Stop talking about clothes now, just stop.
So I don't think this is an exact copy so much as an amalgamation of several different things that she wore in the show, and it feels like something she would have worn. Let me try throwing on the leather jacket over top. This flannel does not want to be shoved inside the leather jacket, but I mean that definitely feels like an Effy outfit. Most of what I wore throughout college, even though I hadn't seen Skins at that time, was very Tumblr soft grunge, Effy Stonem and Lana Del Rey, like, oh, just big time sad girl vibes. I say that like I've left it in the past. I have not. This is still something that I like. So I do think I like this a little bit more without the leather jacket and just the flannel, because with the leather jacket, I felt like I wanted to pair it with my Doc Martens, but this goes better with the brown boots, and I actually think the brown boots better emulate the image of Effy that I have in my mind. So I think it's better like this. It definitely feels more wearable for day-to-day activities than the first outfit. Even though the first outfit hit the mark a little bit more, this is still good. This still feels like something Effy would have worn. So that is all I'm going to have time for today. My phone is running out of storage space, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know which of the aesthetics you like the most or which look you like the most, and definitely let me know any aesthetics that you would like me to try in the future. Even though this was a little bit difficult, it was also very fun, so do let me know your suggestions down below in the comments. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, let's do a strawberry emoji today. I don't know, I could go for some strawberries right now. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe. Bye. But trying to be more bleh. The next aesthetic is it's really hard not to just like play with these tights. Oh, there's something stuck in my eye.
What is that?